Sun ATL emission tests. The first test we're going to do on the system is diesel smoke. So here's Matt setting up the screen first of all, making the choices of the type of test that we're going to do. So in this case we have the option to select to get the engine speeds from the OBD socket. So he's taken a little wireless connector to put it in the OBD socket, and then the engine revs will read out directly on the screen. It's a very convenient way of doing this, of course. And it's also possible to pick up temperature signals from this as well. So back to the screen to make the final adjustments. Now of course the other thing that can be done at this point is that all these settings can be made using the remote handset. So it's like a small laptop or a tablet that you can sit in the car and do these tests. But of course part of what has to go on here is zeroing the smoke meter first of all, and making sure the engine's up to temperature and all of these sort of things. And in this case what Matt's doing is setting the revs cut-off limit. So we're just following instructions on the screen as well while all this is going on. So just go back now and feed that one in. Okay, now we're going through a warm-up phase now, and also checking the zeroing of the smoke checker. So it's as a remote device as well, it's all wireless. So fitting this into the exhaust. Okay, and back into the car now because we have to increase the revs, of course. And you get a timer or a countdown on the screen telling you what to do, and Matt will be looking at this on his remote handset. Tells you when to press the pedal down and when to lift the pedal off, as shown there, and again in larger picture. Okay, we can come back and get the results straight away. And in this case, acceleration complete, fast pass, because the result is within limits. That's it, that's how easy it is to do a smoke test. Now we move on and we'll do a petrol emission test. So we set up the screen accordingly here, tell it what type of vehicle we've got, whether we're using the OBD or EOBD remote control sensor. And again, Matt's just making the settings on the screen as necessary. This is the OBD sensor, so he's just fitting that into the socket. And you'll know that the OBD socket is always within reach of the driver when sat in the driver's seat, even if you have to dig behind the tray and little cupboards and things sometimes. Okay, let's just follow Matt back to the main screen now. So instructions appear on the screen telling you exactly what to do. Now we're calibrating at the moment without the sensor pipe in the exhaust, so of course we're looking for a zero reading or a background zero reading anyway. Okay, and we got a zero reading there, so everything's okay. Now going through a warm-up phase. Okay, and once Matt's done this, he'll take the sensor pipe and just fit it in the exhaust of the car. Of course we've made sure that the car is fully up to temperature before we do these checks. There we go. And if you have the sort of terminal placed as we've got it here, it's very easy. We're right next to the exhaust while it's on the ramp. Back inside the car now. The whole point of an automated test lane, of course, is that Matt doesn't need an assistant for any of these, including the brake tests or other tests. So again, he's looking at it on his remote terminal, and we're looking at it on the main screen here. So increase the revs, hold them to set level. Again, he's watching just carefully on the screen and holding the revs as instructed. We're counting down 17, 16 and so on. That's the OBD plug in place, lights up so you know that it's working. a second time here as it just counts down, holding it at a nice steady speed. It counts down to 0, we'll get the reading. And again, Matt's looking at the same thing on his screen. Let the revs back down to idle speed now, so we'll be doing idle speed checks. And again, there's a timer on the screen, so we wait for a certain amount of time. Test completed. Okay, remove the OBD plug, take everything back round and put it away. Remove the sensor pipe from the exhaust. And that's it. That's how quick and easy the petrol emission test is on an ATL. And in this case the car's passed.